Hey guys, Dr. Meathis here, back with some more of our Road to the League with Wrexham. We are at the end of the season, so we're going to start this with the end of season review. Let's get right into it. I'm ready. So here we go. End of season review. And I'll give you some kind of plans and the ideas on what we're going to be doing the next season before we execute them. And you can kind of compare if my what I want to do is actually happening, so you can give you an idea on that. So transfers in, the board like Dane Scarlett, and I definitely like him coming in from Tottenham. 13.5. He had 3 assists and 9 goals. I mean, we are lacking in the goal department, so that is one issue. Carlos Alberto, I think he's been an absolute fabulous midfielder. So only coming in for 6.25 from I think he was Brazil. I think. Yes. So that was a good buy. Finn Stevens comes in with a minimum fee release clause. Nothing crazy. But if he is bought, it's only 8.75. So we do make some profit on it, getting him in from Blackpool. But I think that was a good reserve for one. Lastina coming in from Chelsea for 2.2. The board likes it because of lower salary. Maris Kirkane, I do like this, and the fact that his fee release clause is a 44 million. But he's been good. I think we'll get him in and out. He's had some injury concerns this year. Overton, another guy from Brazil, 4.8. I like that. And then Stefan Stankovic. It's a massive release clause. And I think we're going to start him, or at least have him still be a backup. And we might move on from Graysick and see what we can do. So that's the transfers in. I like those. Transfers out, Aston Griever, Santiago Jimenez, Franco Tongia, Joseph Alou. So, I mean, these are sales that I figured that we would do. For the loans out, I think we probably could have got a couple of bigger fees. We have one for 100K, 150K for Cade Gordon. We have 46K for Wellington Polio. I mean, we knew he wasn't going to get his eligibility. Just wasn't going to happen, but we'll see if we can send him out again, and we might want to get some good stuff from some of these other ones. Edison Munoz, Tom Bayless, we're going to have to sell and see if we can get around. We have a lot of work to do. Season result, we got in 15th. Finished 15th above West Ham with 39 points, just shy of our 40 mark. I mean, we got above Southampton, Fulham, and Stoke, so there's that. Liverpool wins the Premier League with a goal difference of 2 over Arsenal. That was a big one for them. Nothing crazy in our wins. We had a couple of good ones, though, that we squeaked out. And some draws. So that United draw there, 1-1 was pretty good. Stoke City, I mean, there's not much you can do there. This win against Chelsea, the 1-0 was big on that one. The tie to Aston Villa at Norwich City. I mean, Norwich is at 10 and Aston Villa is 12. So there's that. This win over Crystal Palace. That one was pretty good. Crystal Palace is mid-table. Then we were able to bury Fulham and Southampton into the relegation zone. So some good stuff there. FA Cup, we got to the 5th round before Tottenham gave us a reality check. So top goal scorer in the season is Cameron Archer. Top in the FA Cup is Dane Scarlett. And then Cameron Archer and Juan Jorge Martinez get 3 goals. We get to the quarterfinal, which was just be competitive in our mission for both of them. For the board, we beat Bristol City, Burnley, Norwich City, and then we play Newcastle, and we had a chance. We just couldn't score. So biggest win here over Brighton 4-0. Match to remember is a 2-1 win over Leicester. And a goal. Cameron Archer in the 73rd minute. A great run and finish from Archer as he takes 3 opponents before scoring the drive. So let's see him. Let's see this. It is a Cameron Archer. This one also, Castleton had a hat trick in this one. It's going to be this one in the back. Let's give it a little space to see how it went. So it comes off a Vale throw-in to Archer. Takes on one, moves around a third before taking the shot. I mean, that's a pretty good one. Pretty good one. I don't know if Archer's going to be on this team next year. We have to figure this out. So our club rep is about the same. We're getting these deals. We had 4 new deals last season, accounting for 2.2 million. Our most notable deal was a 5-year deal worth 3.99. Our sponsorship for this season was 15.89 million. Broadcast revenue was about 105 million, about the average of what it was last season, 108. That's how I expect about the average to kind of hover over. 1.08 million in corporate and hospitality, so it's been up by about 50k or so, 40 or 50k. Competition prize money last season we got 15.72. Likely we got longer in the FA Cup, I think, maybe, or the Carabao Cup. This one we only got a 13.85, or maybe we also got it because we finished a place up higher in the Premier League. Match day commercial and retail is about the same, went up about 20,000. So for sales of merchandise, 1.27. I think it's been up from what it was last season. Archer is the highest jersey. And then Scarlet, Jebison, Vale, and Montanez. How we lined up was a 5-2-1-2 or 5-2-3. I think we're going to... change from this. And not wildly change from it. I'm thinking of running a 4-2-3-1. I'm thinking about changing to a 4-3-2-1. We'll kind of see. So our club awards, famous player of the season was Cameron Archer. Young player of the season is Juan Jorge Montanez. Signing of the season, Dane Scarlett. Top goal scorer, Cameron Archer with 15. Most assists, Harvey Vale with 6. Most player of the match awards goes to Cameron Archer with 3. Highest average rating is our goalkeeper because we literally were assaulted constantly. It's Hubert Graysick, and most passes completed is Zach All. No one had any record breakers. We didn't win any coaching awards, and we didn't get any competition awards. So once Wrexham got rolling early in the season, it looked like they'd stay up, and so it came to pass. Wrexham owed their survival to a fantastic start to the season that ultimately helped them survive. Not worried about the timeline right now, and that is kind of the situation of last season. Now, the situation of this season. So, this is what I'm thinking about playing. Now with this is what we have been playing. I'm thinking about this. And what this is, even if we do play this, maybe we play it like this though. We play it like this. Instead of playing passively back, we play like this. Instead, we have a defensive midfielder. Morning is a roaming playmaker. Bale still plays on the outside. Cena can play here, and then we play something like this, which means we need a fullback. Jebison can play on the right. So the idea is we need more players. And maybe it's the sole fact that we could have more like this. Or then Castledine comes in and plays like this. And we play like this. However, I think we still need to likely play a good defensive bit for the defensive posture. Meaning, we're likely going to play this next year still. And I'm okay with this. I mean, what we have to do is we have to put it to rest on how we're attacking things. Now, how does that look with the other teams and their tactics? Well, let's look at them right quick. Liverpool's playing a 4-3-2-1. Manchester City's playing their 4-2-3-1. There's a 4-4-2 from United. Another 4-3-2-1. 4-4-2. Another 4-2-3-1. Another 4-3-2-1. Another 4-2-3-1. Another 4-3-2-1. Another 4-4-2. You have us. Another 4-3-2-1. Another 4-3-2-1. Another 4-3-2-1. A 4-2-3-1. So you kind of get the idea. Chelsea's the only one playing a they're playing a 5. Well, they're playing a 5-1-2-2, which is technically a 5-3-2. I'm actually not opposed to seeing this. This is actually a pretty good formation, to be honest. And they have Endrick. Not a bad formation. Here's another 4-3-2-1. Another 4-3-2-1. Or 4-4-2. Or 4-2-3-1. And then we're back to Liverpool. So it looks like what we'll have to be playing is we have our 3-back special. I think if I want to play something like this, it would be like this, to be honest. It'd be like this. And if I were to play something other than that, it would likely be a 4-4-2. So I think that is kind of the options we do have. Obviously, we're going to train our 3-back and going to go from that. We'll probably play this 5-2-3 and the 4-3-2-1. Probably what we'll train. So that gives you an idea. For the guys starting, though, this is kind of what our starting guys will be. Their holes are kind of already filled unless we get some big players. Obviously, Graysick might be out. I'm not sure about that. Mullen will be staying here. Jebison, Kirkane, Castledine, Andy Jack, Finn Stevens, Hoverton, Mordani, and Bocek. Stanek will be the backup keeper. Everyone else is either going to be loan or sold. Mostly probably loan than anything. So that's the idea. My initial thought is this. We'll see how it translates into the transfer window. I've made some signings. And even though we're not to the year where we're going to be playing, we've already ticked over to the next year. And we have exactly what we're going to be playing. And what we're going to be playing is this 5-2-3. And you might understand, how did you get a couple of these players? Well, this is how we're going to play it. Horning is going to be kind of over here. But the biggest thing is, let's go through who we've signed, because I don't think we're going to be doing any more signings. We had a couple of guys that are going to be on work permit, but these guys are going to be down at the under 21s, if anything. And we've made some coaching changes. So Patrick Gullingbeck is going to come in and be at our under 21s. And then Hector Hornos, the guy, is going to be down there as well. Nothing crazy, just kind of building a little bit for the future. So transfer history. This is big. So bringing some guys in. So Giovanni Pinheiro coming in from Hill Vincent. Pretty good of a player that's going to play as a reserve guy in the middle. Although he is technically a Skybet League 1 side, I think he could play as a reserve guy. So we'll see him in and out. And then we have Dean Henderson coming in to play goal for us. Coming in on an expired contract from Man United. And well, we're going to see what we can do with him. He looks absolutely fantastic. So putting him up against, say, Graysick. I mean, Graysick is a better aerial and shot stopping, which makes sense. However, across the board, I think Dean Henderson is better. I think he's better. On this side, I mean, what we see here is Graysick is pretty much a Skybet League championship player. He does like big matches, consistency. But on the flip side, we turn over to Dean Henderson, which likes big matches and is consistent. So have you really changed a lot? Not really, but I think Dean Henderson is at a level for the Premier League, which is the biggest thing. So Graysick will play here or there, but of course it's going to be Dean Henderson's show. Bruno Fernandes. Now, I don't know how we did this. We came in, he was going to have an expired contract, and we said, hey, here's $1 million, we'll take him off your hands. We locked him up to a 2-year deal. Nothing crazy. Actually, it's crazy for us. 5.27 million a year. But, I mean, attacking mid. This is what we needed. We needed an attacking mid. We needed an advanced playmaker. We needed a shadow striker. I mean, what can this guy? This guy can do it all. So we needed something up top, and he's going to be our facilitator. Weston McKennie we brought in for Fulham for 17.5 million. Now this was our big buy this year, coming in the American international, 509 million a year for 3 years, and well, he's going to be our ball-winning midfielder, but also our box-to-box. He's going to be playing in the middle. Good big matches, consistent for performer. I think we're good. And then the last one is Delirious Gomez. 1.1 million. We brought him in. We'll see what he can do for a little bit more. So I'm feeling good. On the flip side, the players that went out, we emptied as much as possible. So Egbo goes on loan, Bruno on loan, Jordan Davies goes on loan to Millwall, Luke Alford goes to MK Dons for 300k, Jovian Mitrovic goes to Ipswich on a loan, and Tom Bayliss actually goes to Ipswich for 800k. Daniel Gore to Sheffield United for 300, then Kiro Figueroa out on loan, Stefan Stanovic out on loan, and Andy Jack goes on loan to Plymouth. The remainder, when the league flipped over, David Odogu comes in from Darmstadt for 3.2 million. He's going to be our starting defender. It's going to be a risk, but I think he can play that position. I'm hoping. We'll see. Matthias Kiergaard, I'm kind of familiar with him in our Blavai Slin save. He comes in on a free from Genoa. So he's going to come in and he is going to be playing the reserve shadow striker, advanced playmaker type. And I think he can be a great player to facilitate up top. But also, I think he can also play at midfield. And then Ivan Toney. So we brought him in from Brighton on a free, and this man is going to try to do some work for us up top. He's going to be our next starter. He is very consistent. He's a strong penalty taker. Good player for most premier division sides, relishes big matches. He's good in the air. I mean, this man is going to do absolute work for us. I'm hoping. So we'll see him up top. As for some more transfers out, Arua goes to loan on Peterborough. Cameron Archer goes to Watford for 3.6 with a possible 4.3 million in total. Dan Davies goes on a free to Akasa. That's probably not right. Jacob Egbo to Mercambi on loan. Fjord Purdy on loan to Plymouth. Edison Munoz on loan to Dorados. And Danny Thomas on loan to Atrium. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, the finances are fine. We're at 22 million right now. Our payroll is going to be probably a lot. And that's fine. Our payroll being up there is fine. So we'll be good. Even though we're over. Are they mad? Oh, a little bit. A little bit. They don't like this. They don't like this. If I do that, is that fine? Okay, we'll see. But I mean, we're good. Here we're projected to have 170 million at the end. We're fine, 170 million. So I think we're pretty good on that. Our projection is 7.95 million this year. I think we'll be able to counter that at this point. So I'm not too worried about everything. So I'm fine with that. Our club vision for this year: play direct soccer, counterattacking soccer, and play defensively solid soccer. We'll see what we can do. I'm hoping we can at least do these first two. Work within payroll budget. We're on course. We're fine now with that jack up. Avoid relegation from the Premier League. Be competitive in the FA Cup and a Carabao Cup. So nothing crazy. Our contract does expire. Our youth facilities does become complete at the end. I think let's get another contract at this point. I think we'll get it. I don't think it's any real big issue on this. So I think we'll be good there. One thing also that I have to say is we are playing at the Swansea.com Stadium in Swansea, which is a massive stadium, 21,000, a couple thousand more than what we're used to. And that is because our stadium is under construction. And how much is that under construction? Well, where is expand ground? Here it is. It'll be good in 10 months, and I believe I should be able to see this. I think, yeah, we can't actually see it because that was a long while ago. But they're adding 6,000 seats to the stadium, meaning we're going to be up to about 25,000. So we'll have more money going into next season. Swansea's at the championship level, so we're paying them to use their facilities, which is about 1.49 million a year, which is literally just one TV game. We got about 97 million in TV money for this season, so I think we're fine. So all that kind of sets up in the formation. So Santos, Kwiatkowski, and Odugu is going to be in the back, Henderson in goal. Horning is going to learn this outside wingback position on the attack, and Vale will be the complete wingback still on the left side. Carlos Alberto is going to be an advanced playmaker in here. Now, he does have 14 passing. I probably want to reverse this, but I want Bruno Fernandes to take shots. So that's why he's going to be an AM as opposed to an AP. I don't want our man here, Carlos Alberto, taking any shots. So he's going to be an advanced playmaker. McKinney is going to be a box-to-box midfielder. I think he can play as a box-to-box midfielder. His long shots could be an issue, but everything else is pretty much good. Fernandes being an AM up top. I'm actually liking this entire deal. Now, his dribbling might be an issue, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of issues for the biggest part. However, Bruno Fernandes is going to be the one taking our corners in. He is 5'10", but he's going to be kicking our corners in. He's going to be taking our set piece shots as well. With that long shot of 16 and 15, he's going to be our set piece master. We need a set piece master. I was lacking it. He's the guy. We're going to be playing a pressing forward up here. And I think we have something good. I think 16 finishing, 13 first touch. I think this should be good as a pressing forward. For Scarlett, an attacking forward. I think he's going to come out, or attacking forward. It's an advanced forward. He's going to come out and he's going to set the pace of play up top. I want him to use his speed. I want him to use his good finishing, his dribbling, a little bit of his work rate and things like that to get up the field and win those balls forward. I think he can do it. I think he's the one. I'm hoping. But he is very consistent. And he is a good finisher. His decisions over the past couple months have been great. He has the potential to improve significantly more. I mean, I think we're seeing a man come of his own, I think. So what does that mean for the guys on the bench? Well, we saw Paul Mullen. Jebison here is our second sub up top. Kiergaard is our sub in the middle. Montanez is our second sub up on top. But Kiergaard could also be a guy that comes in here. Kirkane and Castledine. So we kind of have our subs up here kind of sorted. Gomez is in case we have injuries and we need another sub. Ben Stevens is here. We're trying to get him out. I'm not sure if that's going to really work. Overton's still in here as our first sub with Merdani on the outside. And then we have our defense. Baj, All, Listina, and Pinheiro. So a lot of these guys are going to be reserved. But of course, if we have any injuries, we also have to look at that. And everyone down here is looking for to loan out or sell. So we still have some sales to do. Not likely to see them in this episode because I'm going to wrap this up here. So sponsorship income going into this season, we get 22 million. So that's what we got in sponsorship. Here's our stadiums. As you see, we're playing at Swansea. Let's look at the preview. Here it is. So the promoted teams were Burnley, Nottingham Forest, and Portsmouth. And so that is the one down there. The relegated teams were Fulham, Southampton, and Stoke. So there's that. As for the top of the league up here, we have Scarlett, Henderson, our goalkeeper, but that's it. That is it up here. Havertz, of course, Holland is up here. I think most of these will be Arsenal, Man City, Man United. Might be a couple. Odugi from Tottenham. More Man City, Liverpool, Costa from Arsenal. So that kind of gives you an idea of how it looks. We are slated to be 18th. So the first time we're not slated to be last. First time. Our odds, though, are the same as Bournemouth. So I think we could have the possibility of finishing bottom table again, which is fine. Which is fine. We are building. I know I'm not there yet. It's okay. It's okay. We have a lot of stuff to go through. Man City is actually said to be the top. Liverpool, Arsenal run out like the top 3. Newcastle, Chelsea, Man United, and Tottenham round up the rest of the international or the European slots. Then they have Aston Villa up here, which is at 8th. Wolves at 10th. They had a Champions League or Conference League. Everton had a Europa League. So we have what? 9 teams up here? 9 teams at European placement. Okay. So for our schedule, I'm sure we're going to have more friendlies. When we get closer to that, we'll get asked for some friendlies. And I wanted to help out some of our affiliates with these. But we start the year with Newcastle and Wolves. Carabao Cup is on the 28th. Then going through September, you have United and Tottenham, which are big ones. Back to back, just bone crushing possibilities in October with Liverpool and Man City. Play Arsenal in November. Meat and potatoes of the season going through December and January. Our biggest games during that time are Chelsea. You got Man City, the FA Cup here, Liverpool, Chelsea again. And then from there, I'm feeling actually pretty good by this. I think we have a pretty good chance of taking some of these teams, especially the teams that got promoted up. I think we can take some of these. So my idea is I think we can beat Nottingham Forest. I think we can beat Burnley and Bournemouth and Portsmouth. I think we have a chance against Norwich to split, probably to split with West Ham. And then we have to steal a couple other games. I think we might win like 15 games this season. And while that might sound like not a lot, because it really isn't, 15 games would be the most games we've won in the Premier League. I'm not opposed. I think we can do it. What we're looking at for the guys that are coming through the youth teams, they're all 18, 19. Still, I don't think they have the ability to play up here. I mean, we're talking about League 2, League 1. So we have some time for these guys because they definitely need some time. But I'm feeling good. Okay. I'm feeling good. Our dynamics right now, Kwiatkowski will be good. He got injured late last season, so we couldn't get him in. And Rios leaves in like 10 days, so that's going to change from there. And then we'll be better in the club atmosphere. Cohesion will be something we'll have to work with in training, but I think ultimately we'll be pretty good. We have our good bit of a pyramid where Donnie is going up, and I think we're just going to do some good stuff for the team. I'm feeling good. I'm on. Let's look at our, what is it? Through, it's in squad planner. It's here. Okay. So we have our experienced guys, Fernandez, Tony, and Mullen. A peak are Weston McKinney, Henderson, Finn Stevens, and Matthias Kierkegaard. We have a lot of guys emerging, which is pretty much our entire team. There's some squad depth, and there is important players. And again, back here, just a lot of youth and development, nothing crazy. I'm feeling good. And I think this is good because we're going to play both of them here and there. I think we're pretty good looking at this at a glance. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling good. So that's going to be it for this episode. We will be back when we play Newcastle and Wolves. We'll start out with the first 2 games of the season. So thanks for hanging out. Go leave a like below, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry that we had a couple of days without Wrexham. I was going through this. I was really slow. And that tends to happen. So thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys next time. Later.